So we were sitting in the service, and I leaned up toward him, and I said, I've just been touched to give $1 million.
They put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career. I'd be connecting them down like, wow, these brothers gotta wear a dress.
People are very polarized in all kind of ways. People are afraid to speak out.
So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming?
But are these just rumors? Or is there more behind the curtain? Let's dive into the drama and see what really might be going on with Hollywood's good guy, Tyler Perry, after years of hearing Tyler Perry praised for his rags to riches story. Chapelle and Ice Cube are throwing a curveball, pulling back the curtain on what they claim is the real story. These aren't just whispers in the Hollywood grapevine. Both men are pointing fingers at Perry, suggesting he's been playing a double game.
How would a religious man like himself be at a party, which ain't nothing but sin that's going on, bruh? Whether it's drinking, maybe fornicating, maybe...
Ice Cube, known for being unfiltered, claims that Perry has been known to humiliate actors who work under him, using his power to remind them who's boss. It's like he wants to break people down. Cube reportedly told friends just to build them up on his terms, and Chapelle, he's not holding back either. In a recent interview, he hinted that Perry's productions aren't as innocent as they look, implying that Perry could be in league with industry elites or anything but virtuous.
And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of the club.
Dave Chapelle stirred the pot by pointing out what he sees as a shady side of Kevin Hart's legacy. He suggested that Kevin might be willing to do some pretty questionable stuff, just to chase that Hollywood cash and fame. Chapelle also threw Tyler Perry into the mix, claiming he's been manipulating Kev behind the scenes. Once Kevin caught wind of Chapelle's comments, he didn't hold back and confronted him about it. This whole situation has everyone buzzing about the dynamics between the two and what their relationship is really like.
That can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So, protecting my brand is definitely a priority.
Things really heated up when Kevin Hart showed up on a TV show rocking some feminine attire, and people started calling him out for it. Many felt it went against his earlier claims about not compromising his values for Hollywood. Before this, he'd made it clear in an interview that he wouldn't do anything unprofessional just to fit in with the industry, trying to distance himself from some of the antics others have pulled. I was like, no, I'm going to look stupid. At the end of the day, you got to know that you're a brand after that incident. Kevin Hart made a surprising appearance on a TV show, acting like he didn't care about protecting his brand or his dignity. This really rubbed Dave Chapelle the wrong way, because he's all about dignity and has always pushed for fair treatment of Black people in the entertainment industry. Chapelle's been vocal about how Hollywood elites often mistreat them, so seeing Kevin seemingly go against that really struck a nerve with him.
Pope Conventionate is lifting her arms into her signature muscle man pose.
According to him, it is Tyler who has been involved in grooming Black artists. This belief among people was further intensified when a Twitter user uploaded a video. This individual chose to openly voice her discontent with Tyler Perry's films, highlighting what she believed to be a bias in his work, taking her critique a step further. She went on to create and share a video on social media, drawing a comparison between Tyler Perry's films and what she considered to be super quality. Her criticism did not stop at this point.
I'm not a Tyler Perry fan, so this is what I got to say. It's funny how he got all this money to do everything but the right thing.
The woman claimed that Tyler Perry possesses a fear of white people, asserting that this fear was impacting his creative decisions and choices. Her statements resonated with others, prompting them to express their opinions on Tyler Perry and his body of work.
And they said they loved the script, but they wasn't sure how the film was going to turn out, so they passed.
For years, Perry has been admired as the ultimate success story, someone who climbed up from the bottom to build his own empire. But according to Chapelle, It's what's hidden in the climb that should raise questions people like Tyler don't get where they are without playing by someone else's rules, Chapelle hinted.
And when I'm hearing all this noise, man, it was crazy because there were no black people on television. Before diversity became a thing, Tyler Perry was the only one out there for a long time.
After hitting it big at the box office, Tyler Perry made the leap into television with the popular sitcom House of Pain. But things got a little messy during talks for a syndication deal and a spin-off called Meet the Browns. According to Deadline, Perry fired 4 writers who were asking for union contracts, which caused some major tension in the industry. Writer Terry Jackson spoke out saying, "We were good enough to create over 100 episodes. But now when it comes to reaping the benefits of the show being syndicated and having other spin-offs from it, he decides to let us go unless we accept a horrible offer." In response to the backlash, Perry took matters into his own hands, announcing that he would write everything himself from then on. But his issues with unions didn't stop there. Back in 2015, actor unions like SAG and Actors Equity banned their members from taking part in his stage play Media on the Run because his production company wouldn't sign union contracts. While it seems Perry is all about maximizing profits, not everyone in the industry is on board with how he's going about it.
And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part.
Following the success of House of Pain and Meet the Browns, African-American journalist and cultural critic Jamila Limu penned an open letter to Tyler Perry published by NPR. In her letter, Limu conveyed her discomfort with Perry's utilization of stereotypes in his work. She expressed through her the country has laughed at one of the most important members of the Black community, Mother Dear, the beloved matriarch. "I just can't quite get with seeing Mother Dear played by a 6'3" man with prosthetic breast flopping in the wind. Our mothers and grandmothers deserve much more than that. Heck, our fathers and grandfathers deserve more, Mr. Perry. You have told the Hollywood old guard to kiss your backside, and I appreciate that, brother. But many Black folks have expressed some of the very same attitudes about your work that white critics have notably acclaimed." Film director Spike Lee is among the prominent figures who criticized Tyler Perry for employing stereotypical characters in his work. Lee is known for openly addressing this concern with Perry.
But I still think there a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money.
Spike Lee continued to argue that the success of stereotypical movies was allowing individuals like Tyler Perry to break records. From Lee's point of view, the industry could really raise its standards by avoiding biased and nonsensical films that showcase one-dimensional characters. He believes that the focus should shift toward more nuanced and authentic representations that do justice to the complexity of Black experiences. Breaking records. But we could do better. Tyler Perry's choices in casting and character portrayal have sparked a lot of conversation among viewers, leading to debates about his business strategy. Some critics point out that he tends to cast dark-skinned actors in villainous roles, while often portraying white-skinned characters as heroes in his movies, and shows this perception has ignited discussions within his audience about how characters are represented and portrayed in his work, raising important questions about diversity and the messaging behind these choices.
Pitiful Black woman being abused by a no-good, dark-skinned man, and then saved and rescued by the perfect, light-skinned man.
During an event, Chris Rock called attention to a recurring theme in Tyler Perry's movies, noting the limited portrayal of kind and respectful dark-skinned boyfriends. He backed up his point by referencing Tupac Shakur, suggesting that Perry's films could use a more diverse range of characters. Rock quipped Tupac might be a political leader if he was alive, but then again, Tupac might be in a Tyler Perry movie right now, so you don't know. He might be Tupac, might be the bad dark-skinned boyfriend in the Tyler Perry movie. His argument was that even someone as influential as Tupac could end up being cast as a less favorable character based on Perry's usual casting choices. Rock humorously added, "I would hope he's a senator, but he might be kicking Jill Scott down a flight of stairs in Tyler Perry movies. There's always okay." Rock's comments echoed Spike Lee's criticism, highlighting concerns about the impact of perceived biased casting and storytelling on the film industry. both Rock and Lee raised important questions about how these portrayals affect the audience's perception of black characters in mainstream cinema.
Are we going back to Mantan Moreland and sleep and eat?
Yet, if those films, and I mean, we're talking about Tyler Perry at this point.
Not only this, now rumors swirl that Perry has cozied up to influential Hollywood figures in ways that compromise not only his values, but those of the people he works with. Ice Cube backed this up, claiming that some of the biggest names in the industry have kept Perry's secrets. Because they share the same code of silence, Tyler and Diddy have been tight for years, always speaking highly of each other in public, doing business together, hitting up events and award shows, and the parties. You already know what goes down. At those rumors are swirling that the feds found video evidence of some wild stuff at these parties. And Diddy's own personal ex-bodyguard, Gene Deals, even hinted that other big names are caught up in it. Could Tyler be one of them?
But all this is bigger than Diddy. It's bigger than Diddy, bro. Cause you know who else they was doing investigation on?
And now that Diddy's facing arrest, the heat's on, so what's Tyler running from? Why would Diddy warn him? What did Ice Cube know that made him spill the tea like this? Hollywood is clearly shaking, and some folks are running for the hills. So is this the beginning of a massive takedown in Tinseltown? Tyler Perry has always been tight with Diddy, but now rumors are swirling that he was caught on tape during one of Diddy's wild freak-off sessions, and has even been spotted in court. Word on the street is that Diddy might be ready to throw Tyler under the bus for his own set of crimes, just to cut himself a better deal.
Gotta put something together real soon because they not playing with him. He has to put something together real soon and say, yo, listen to me. I know this, I know that. It's way bigger than Diddy.
Diddy and Tyler Perry go way back in 2023. The buzz was all about Diddy, Tyler, and Byron Allen battling to grab a majority stake in Bet. In an interview with Billboard, Diddy even mentioned wanting to team up with these two powerhouses somehow. And let's be real, teaming up with other titans is just Diddy style. He's always hustled his way into the ultra-rich club, flipping his edgy rap persona into a billion-dual empire. According to some Wall Street insiders, Diddy didn't play it safe. He was straight up cold, emailing people with his business ideas, but nobody was mad about it. In fact, a lot of them were impressed. One New York Stock Exchange CEO even called him an inspiration, comparing him to the founding fathers. One fan commented on this, saying Diddy has been said to be extremely jealous and territorial. It's why he takes them shopping. Meek Mill rapping about having sex with other women insulted Diddy. It's why Meek a few seconds later in the rap pays homage to Diddy, and Diddy wraps his arms around Meek. He let us know that the rap stuff is fake, but what him and Diddy have is real. Diddy finally hit billionaire status in 2022, according to hip-hop wealth guru Zach O'Malley Greenberg, but he'd been gunning for that title for years. Back in a 1999 Forbes interview, Diddy flat out said, "I wanted to be very, very rich and well, mission accomplished." Along the way, he stacked up A-list connections, partnering with billionaire investor Ron Burkle, and getting advice from hedge fund mogul Ray Dalio. His fashion line hit Macy's and Dillard's, and he inked deals with big names like Dio, the alcohol giant Zach Posen, and even opened the New York Stock Exchange with Estee Lauder, heir William Lauder. But Diddy didn't stop there. He co-owned his own TV channel, Revolt, launched a water brand with Mark Wahlberg, and teamed up with Salesforce's Mark Benioff to build a black business marketplace. Diddy's always been at the top, and Tyler Perry's been right there in that circle. Now, there were rumors flying around about Tyler Perry being involved in some shady human trafficking stuff. And conveniently, that's when he popped up in a PSA about it. The timing is a little too perfect, don't you think?
Human trafficking is a crime often hidden in plain sight. We like to think that it only happens in other places and only affects other people, but sadly it's happening right here in our backyard.
The Meta star later went on to say that many victims are being teed by people that they trust. It is clearly important to know the warning signs of this tea and how to report suspicious activity. It can save someone's life. Perry added people have since put two and two together and worked out that Diddy and Tyler are businessmen at heart. and Diddy needed TED women, and Tyler seemingly provided them. But it's not just that Tyler Perry has been spotted with Diddy on several occasions, such as events, award shows, and even parties. Yes, he has been to Diddy's parties. And you know what that means now. The people who was on those tapes may feel like Diddy might be targeting them. It's been reported that people like Tyler Perry are feeling concerned about P. Diddy's recent legal troubles, worrying it could open up a can of worms. Following his arrest, Diddy, who's been known to party with celebrities like Usher and Justin Bieber, now has some of his high-profile associates, actors, and musicians on edge. They're extremely worried their names could be mentioned if the case continues to unfold. Sources close to the Irish star said Diddy partied with a whole host of famous faces over the years they love, partying with him at his lavish soiree all over the world. Sometimes he would even have his face printed on fake dollar bills and make it rain all over the guest where models were handpicked to attend. Now Hollywood circles he once mingled with are buzzing with talk that more names could come out as the case progresses.
Are we going back to Mantan Moreland and sleep and eat?
Yet, if those films, I mean, we're talking about Tyler Perry at this point.
Not only this, now rumors swirl that Perry has cozied up to influential Hollywood figures in ways that compromise not only his values, but those of the people he works with. Ice Cube backed this up, claiming that some of the biggest names in the industry have kept Perry's secrets because they share the same code of silence. Tyler and Diddy have been tight for years, always speaking highly of each other in public, doing business together, hitting up events and award shows, and the parties. You already know what goes down at those. Rumors are swirling that the feds found video evidence of some wild stuff at these parties. And Diddy's own personal ex-bodyguard, Gene Deals, even hinted that other big names are caught up in it. Could Tyler be one of them?
But all this is bigger than Diddy. It's bigger than Diddy, bro. Because you know who else they was doing investigation on?